All
Oh,
right.
yeah, we're live.
It's Thursday and we have a frequency.
Yeah, let's kick it off. Today we talk about accelerate your tutorial with a pre-built environment. So, yeah, let's see what we have to say. That's wonderful. We have a lot of guests. So, Martin, Gilles, Burkhard, Lars, and I think let's do a short introduction of the main speakers. So, Martin, maybe first.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Martin. I'm a product manager. I'm looking a bit older than that previous photo here. Time to update the photo. I'm with Adobe close to 15 years now. And my favorite hobbies within Adobe is Edge Delivery Service and creating great experiences for customers. And I'm working with all these gentlemen here very closely.
Okay,
And,
super.
and
Thank you.
if you've been watching our YouTube recordings as obsessively as Dominic and I have been creating them, then Martin is a very familiar face. So Martin, great to have you back. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, so Jim.
Burkhard.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I can go next. So I'm Gilles. I'm a director of engineering in AEM Tech team. Also quite a long time with Adobe, years. And I might be less familiar to that channel because I used to be famous for all the headless capabilities. So you won't see my head. But I also do a lot when it comes to edge delivery services, especially around crosswalk. And yeah, that's what we're here to talk about today. Over to Burkhard.
Yeah, thank you, Jill.
I have to point out here that Burkhard, Burkhard and I are working close to the same office, but I have never seen Burkhard in the office. I've only seen him here on screen. So I'm really glad that not just that you're here today, but also that you exist, that you're real. So please introduce yourself, Burkhard.
Do we know that? Is he really real? Is it AI?
It's
Yeah,
AI.
I've met him at a meetup in Berlin. So I can confirm he is real sometimes.
As always, I promise to be in the office next time. No, I'm Burkhard. I'm the senior developer working on AEM since a long time ago, almost 15 years now, and more than 10 years at Adobe. So I'm currently very focus my work on crosswalk and edge delivery service as high performance websites getting more and more important. So yeah, thanks for having me. And
excellent, thank you. Okay, so I think one of the features in Edge Delivery Services on Adobe Experience Manager sites that is creating most excitement is Universal Editor, and at the same time, it can also be one of the most elusive features because other than the rest of Edge Delivery Services, where you can just go to aem-live, bring your GitHub account, and get going, to use Universal Editor, you need to be an Adobe Experience Manager customer, and that, or is that still correct? Martin, please correct me if I'm wrong. Do I still need to be an Adobe Experience Manager Adobe Experience Manager customer to try and use Universal Editor?
If you want to use Universal Editor in combination with AEM as the backend to reuse all the authoring capabilities that AEM Author offers, then yes.
Okay.
I mean, some of you have seen that we also use Universal Editor in Project DA, and that's currently a discussion we still need to have. But I would say in general, yes, you still need to have AEM.
Okay, so you brought something to present today, so I would like to see how we can kick this off.
Yeah, so I think before we'll hand it over to Burkhard, who is the mastermind behind that, I want to add a few additional data points here. I think it's always interesting if customer asks me how many people use this combination of AEM or AEM authoring with Universal Editor and Edge Delivery Service, and I was just looking up. So we're getting close to 100 sites that already use this in production. And as you know, cloud service was kind of the first delivery model we wanted to support, but now we also have a managed service customer that cannot move to AEM as a cloud service. And we're now bringing basically this integration, reporting it back to a managed service customer, which I think makes sense for some of the customers that have regulatory issues is in moving things around. So it's a great way for them to keep authoring in a safe space, but leveraging the power of Edge Delivery Service.
Right.
And yeah, before definitely handing it over, one more stat, because usually customer asks us how many sites do we have live on Edge Delivery Service. And I think an interesting number to share here is we're getting close to 2,000 websites here across industry, brand, and very huge customers to very interesting customers. So we see a strong adoption. And I'm also looking at, on a monthly basis, I look at new customers and how many of new customers still go with the traditional AEM model. And it's a good number. It's going down. So we can say that Edge Delivery really has become the default now for our customers here.
Right. And I have to say, I was, I don't know if you saw my jaw drop when you said we are getting close to 2,000, because I was ready to finish your sentence and was about to say over 1,000, which both are technically correct, but I can still remember when we crossed the 1,000 sites threshold, which doesn't seem that long ago this year. So which is incredible, right? Doubling the number of sites within in less than a year. That's the kind of growth we always like to see.
I think it's also interesting if you look at customer, the first site, it's like your firstborn. It takes a while, you get used to it. But we've seen a strong adoption in these customers going live with additional sites. We even had kind of a commerce customer, and commerce is not the easiest setup that you have, but we had a customer that went live with many sites within a couple of months here. So it really shows a really nice proof point that once you're there, it's smooth.
Yeah. Excellent.
Maybe one last, so because Lars, you know numbers, I have one more question. I mean, PLG and playing with Edge was always super straightforward. What do you think? How many GitHubs get created per month?
Before I answer this, or attempt to answer this, PLG means product-led growth, and this is Silicon Valley speak for you don't have to talk to a salesperson in order to use the software. It might sound revolutionary, especially if we're using acronyms, but I have to say it's my preferred way to try software. All of Adobe's salespeople are excellent, and it's great to talk to them. But I would say we try to make sure that our software is even better. So let the software speak first. So Martin, your question was how many GitHub repositories have been connected to Edge Delivery Service?
Let's just say an average per month. I give you a tip. It's more than 10.
More than 10.
More than 100.
Yeah,
it's more than.
I was thinking that we probably have more than 10,000 would be my guess, and you tell me the over under.
No, the thing is, okay, I reduce automatic. Oh, we get 500. That's a good point. So I remove all the automation kind of. There's a lot of automated created GitHubs, so we remove them. So we're really trying to look at real GitHubs, and we're around 1,500, which 1,500. I still think it's impressive. Yeah. I mean, I've seen other PLG motion within AEM, so this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, great to hear that. Thanks for sharing.
So much for the numbers. Yeah.
Yes, I will keep them. I will keep them in my mind, and then in 3 months when we talk again in front of an audience, I can embarrass myself with outdated numbers again. So, okay. Speaking of software, I think Burkhard, you have something to show that looks like software.
Yeah. Thanks. Maybe one, if you can share my screen. Oh, excellent. Perfect. So I would like to talk about an easy approach for everyone without an existing cloud service environment to really get into AEM as a authoring environment together with edge delivery service, which we call the crosswalk approach. For this, and we already use the term PLG, we create an initiative to enable new customers or customers which won't mess up their existing environments with some testing and so on with a shared environment. And it's really easy to set it up because the only thing you have is an email address, and you have to have, of course, an internet connection to access this wonderful page, aem-live. And if you are on this page, you might know we have here some tutorials with the different content source options. So, of course, we have Google Drive, SharePoint as initial content sources, and we have also AEM sites. And here you find the tutorial which you can follow. If you have already a cloud service environment, you can set up on your own on your cloud service environment. And you have also here now the possibility to request an trial program in our shared environment. So here's a form which we...
So maybe if I can quickly jump in to your initial question, Lars, do you need to be an AEM customer to be able to use this? Actually, the real answer will be not yet, right? Because thanks to what Burkhard is going to show right now, you don't even have to have an AEM Cloud Service environment. You can get access to something like this in very quickly.
Perfect. Yeah, that was actually where I was going with my line of questioning. So, thank you for that clarification. Back to Burkhard.
Yeah, and on this page, you can select between different boilerplates or templates as a starting point for you. We have a very fashionate commerce use case with this Frescopa template, which was created for the last summit trade fair in Las Vegas. And we have the boilerplates, which are a good starting point if you really start from scratch with a new project.
Yeah.
So
the boilerplates are basically built in a way that you can use them as a starting point for your project. We basically say if there's something in the boilerplate project that more than 10% of people delete when they start their project, we delete it for everyone. And the Frescopa project is a really rich project, right, where you have pre-existing templates and so on, except that it probably is, unless you are a specialty coffee maker, it's probably not going to match your business case, right? So you have the choice between fully featured but probably not relevant to your use case, or something that is great for a fresh start.
Exactly. So the FastCooper demo has more than 150 pages, and if you select this for this trial setup, it might take up to 4 to 5 minutes to really complete the job. So for this demo, I will use this boilerplate because these are only a handful of pages, and it's much more quicker to set it up. So if you provide here an email, I will use a temporary email for my account, and you can also provide a GitHub ID. So if you provide a GitHub ID, you will also get an invite to a GitHub repository where all the code relies, so all the block code and all the styles for your created trial program. So if you are a developer and really want to play with modifying the block code and testing some style changes, you should for sure provide here your GitHub ID. Then you get the full picture of what is Crosswalk about, and how easily it is really as a developer also to make changes and get it working. So I will
Can you add your GitHub ID later on in the project? Is that possible?
You can always reach out to us. Then we can migrate an existing project to a GitHub-based project. So
Got it.
So to get a bit more technical insight, so if you don't provide your GitHub ID, it is a so-called repo-less setup. So we have a shared code base for all the projects which are repo-less, and we can later migrate an existing project to a repo full setup. So
yeah, got it.
But it's a manual step for us. So then you, of course, have to read the terms of use and accept this, and also some
Burkhard already knows that, right? Because he tried this before. So
yeah, several times. Yeah, and then you can hit here the continue button, and what happens then is that you get this nice progress screen, and you will see all the steps which are taking immediately action behind the scenes. So a user account is created. If you provide an existing Adobe ID email address, then your existing Adobe ID account will just be added to the shared environment. So you can sign in then with the already existing Adobe ID and your known password.
That's perfect.
So in this case, yeah, with this temporary email address, a whole new account is created, and the site got created in the shared AEM environment. And of course, we also have to set up some permissions in the AEM environment so that in the shared environment, nothing can be damaged. Yeah. Then we have this repo set up. So the Git repository get cloned, and then we automatically also publish the content to Edge Delivery Service, and you will get an email notification when everything is done.
Yeah. Burkhard, you said shared environment, and I didn't hear that I'm getting a full blown instance on cloud services. Can you shed a light on this? How we are doing this behind the scenes?
Yeah, basically we set up a site structure, and the site structure get dedicated permissions so that you can only see the structure of the pages which you are able to modify and which are assigned to your account. So you won't see the other sites which are all on the shared environment, and of course you cannot edit these pages.
Okay. And so customers who have potentially hundreds or thousands of sites, they might actually want to copy your setup so that they can provision the ability to create sites for their employees. Is that right?
This, of course, is also an option. We can give support for that. We have everything in place to automate this process, and this would also work for multi-tenant environments of customers where, for example, they have a dealer structure or something like that.
Yeah.
And they want to share this environment for all the
Very
dealers.
cool.
So I will jump to the next tab because I already created a shared environment. You will receive some emails with all the
And you
required
don't
information.
need to leave your browser open while we are provisioning content and sending the.
No. You can
So,
just jump.
Sit back, relax, and wait for the email.
Exactly. You will, at the end of the process, you receive some emails. I think it's currently 2 emails. One which give you the information that you were added to a cloud service environment, and the other one with links to the publish URL and so on. I can maybe quickly give you my inbox. So these are the mails I got now. So you get this welcome email. This welcome email will contain the preview and live URL of the page which got created, and you get also here this AEM host information where you can log in then with your Adobe ID. And as I provided also the GitHub ID, I also get the information for the GitHub repository. So if I click here on the live URL, for example, you see that the page got already published to Edge Delivery Service, and it's ready to modify and to see. But let me go back to AEM. So now I have logged in with another account which I already created before the meeting, but it's basically the same. So you will see the structure with year information and week number. This is just for us to have a little bit more deeper structure in AEM and not have a flat hierarchy of all the pages which got created. And then you have here this entry point of your page, and
are all instance names animal flavored? I see brilliant giraffe, creative line. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pattern. And for the boilerplate, you have basically just 3 pages which you can modify. Of course, the interesting one is here, the index page. If I click here on edit, a new tab gets open, and you should be automatically logged in with Universal Editor. And now you are in the new Universal Editor and can directly start to modify the content of the page. So, for example, I will add here some dummy content and just hit here on publish, and let me open this page then. Do I have still the tab open? No. So usually you can just go back to your inbox where you have the link of the publish URL.
But I can imagine you have a couple dozen emails
exactly
of the same subject line. So
let me quickly open the tab.
So that's a warning for everyone who thinks, hey, I could just create 1,000 instances by getting 1,000 email addresses. yes, you could do that, but the downside of this is you will have to open 1,000 emails, and that's really going to clutter your inbox. So think twice.
Let me change because it looks like no, it got updated. Yeah, as you can see, I hit publish again. Maybe it was just a local caching issue on my browser that I haven't seen it immediately.
Perfect.
So this is all which you can do on the content side. You can open the pages in Universe Editor, make content changes, and of course you can create new pages, play with the existing site templates we have created. Depending on the boilerplate you choose, you have different options. Here for this basic boilerplate, for example, you can create a page, of course, and some spreadsheets and so on, which should be familiar if you have already worked with Edge Delivery Service. Then it should be straightforward to work with that. But maybe let me quickly also share what you can change if you have provided the GitHub ID. So I have created, I have opened the repository which was created during the setup, and I'm currently logged in with my test account. And here you have all the code which is used for this boilerplate page. You have the blocks which can be modified, so you can start working and developing own blocks and modify the existing blocks. And of course, you can also modify here the styles. The most common example is, of course, changing background color to see if it's working. Yellow is always a good example. So I have now changed the background color. Let me open the page again. It's not getting applied. Maybe again the caching issue.
Do we need an incognito window just to be sure?
Let me try this. No.
No.
Maybe the background color is not used. It should. It takes sometimes some seconds, but it should not take that long.
At least I get emails that people are now trying it out here during the presentation. So it's good that you guys do it.
Yeah. It looks like the deployment was
not triggered. I don't know why.
Do you want to try another quick edit just to be sure?
No.
I think Comic Sans would be a fantastic font for the body.
Okay, let's do this. Deployment is not too good. Yeah, I have to check maybe later what's happening here, but usually it should immediately be triggered.
Okay.
I think there's always something that has to go wrong in a good demo, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe while we are looking at this, let me ask a question to the product manager in the room here, Martin. We have now this ability to do trial with a first set of capabilities. Could you maybe tell us a bit more what's coming next?
Here you mean in supporting crosswalk?
Yeah.
What do you mean in?
Yeah.
What's
in the trial?
in the trial?
Yeah.
I think so. If you guys know how we develop products, we do co-innovation, meaning we hand over something that has worked with customers or partners in that case. And because this is out now for 3 weeks, we're still collecting feedback here with what people want to have. Forums came up as a use case where someone said, we would like to show forums here. And then there's a lot of other additional plugins, like the experimentation that came up. So we're listening to your feedback, and we then enable things as possible. As Burkhard mentioned in the beginning, we have here a shared AIM environment, so certain things can be turned on pretty quickly. Others will probably require some work. So we're waiting for feedback and see where it makes sense.
Excellent. Thank you.
And maybe in terms of universalator, right? Because we're talking about universalator here as well as the authoring interface. This is obviously also something that we always keep improving. We added things like adding components more easily, undo redo were part of the latest improvements. More recently, we also added copy paste, where you can even copy paste across pages and so on. And here as well, we're basically listening a lot to the feedback of the customer to understand what are the next capabilities or usability improvement that they want us to get improved. And everything is obviously going to land into this this trial as well.
Mm-hmm. Great. Burkhard, one thing that you could try is to make an edit and let this create a new branch with the pull request. And we can see in the pull request how the deployment is going.
Okay.
So just click. Yeah, you don't have branches, so you need a branch. So the easiest way is to make an edit right here. Somewhere.
Oh,
You can
okay.
just console.
Empty.
Yeah. One. Yeah.
Then
Click commit. And then click create new branch. And then give it, create the pull request. And then look at this. So it's already saying, okay, we need the test URL. Can we try on Pauli test patch 1 -- what was it? Creative Lion.
Sites time.
No.
Other way around. Other way around.
Oh, other one. Okay, yeah, that's me.
Still the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will change it
Okay.
immediately. Dash, and then I will copy it from here.
And the
Bo. And the bunch name, which was poly test batch 1, right?
yeah. Okay, so PSI check is checking. Look at this. I think we have a... Wait, can you open the... Can you...
This.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Looks very green.
Yeah, looks very good.
I think my my Comic Sans wish couldn't be fulfilled, but that's probably for the better. Okay, excellent. So I don't know. I think might be CodeBus taking some time. I've seen some GitHub API status messages on my Slack while we've been talking. So, but imagine the last 5 minutes didn't happen. So Burkhard made an edit, and you do a reload, and then you can see it. So this is standard Edge delivery development process.
Exactly. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's all which I wanted to show.
Yeah. And I have a couple more questions about this trial. So, Martin, now that I've found out that I can just create a site as long as I have an email address and the GitHub account, how long can I keep this running?
30 days is the if you read the fine print, it says 30 days, and then we're going to delete it unless you reach out to us, and then we'll figure out something.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What are the first 3 things that you would recommend somebody who's starting the trial? What should they do? What are the
I think
top
that's
3 things
probably a better question for an engineer, because if you ask me, I would say sign a contract immediately and purchase AEM.
I would take that. I would take that as number 3. So yeah.
No, but that's probably Burkhard or Gilles. What would you guys do?
Well, I think first thing is that the trial is open to anyone, right? So even in some of our customers or prospects and so on, they might have heard of AEM. Imagine you're like a content author and you heard of AEM at whatever conference, news, website. You want to try it out as a non-technical person. It's very easy now, right? You can just skip the GitHub. You can try it out, and you can feel like how everything works with sites and Universal Editor. And there I would recommend start creating your pages, publishing them, see how you can move stuff around on the page, etc. And then obviously if you're a developer, it's a bit different goal, right? You most likely be interested into also trying the developer experience, which is the same great developer experience that we have with any edge delivery services flavor. And yeah, I think that's
Can I, because authoring content is a very collaborative thing, right? You often want other people to chime in or provide feedback. Can I invite other people to my instance, my account?
Not automatically at the moment, but of course we can set it up to get access for more than one people. It's also possible for you, if you create it with a GitHub account, as you have admin access to this repository, you can invite additional collaborators on this GitHub code.
Okay. So on the developer side, yes. On the preview side as well, right? So the AEM page domain is also accessible, but you are essentially, you should imagine that you are the only one that has permission to author on that instance for the next 30 days. Got it. Okay.
I would say at least for now, right? I mean, if we see demand that, hey, we'd like to try this out, we're like a small team of 3-4 authors, could we get added to the same one so that we can collaborate on creating content? We're definitely open to that feedback and willing to support.
Okay. So if I run into trouble during the trial, what's the best way to reach out? And by trouble, Martin, I don't mean just finding the dotted line. So
I was going to say you purchase, you get total support, but I think most of you guys have anyway a communication channel with us, either on Slack or Teams. If you have that, obviously use that. That's the fastest way to get access to all of us. If not, you can request that. And what we have seen, there's also a nice email. If you do want to reach out to us per email, you can use the email. And Burkhard here does a really great job in getting back with a quick resolution.
Okay, yeah, excellent. You can just answer on the emails you get with the invite information, and then.
But I think we all prefer the communication on Teams or Slack.
Right. Yeah, that's always the fastest way. But it's great to see emails being sent not from a no reply at somewhere address, but from an actual email address where actual people are reading the responses when they happen. Okay, so are there other things that you want to share about this new approach to demoing or to trying Universal Editor?
I think feedback is what we're looking for. The more feedback we get, the easier we can make the right decision on what we want to put on the roadmap or what we want to improve here.
Okay, excellent. Good. Well, then I think my call to action would be open the URL that you just have seen, aem.live/developer/UE trial. We also have a UE tutorial, and sign up, create a site, try it out, play around with it, and then after 30 days, sign on the dotted line, and if you, as Martin said, if you want to get in touch with us, we have Slack channels for you. We have Teams channels for you that are customer specific. We have our Discord where you can chat with us and other community members. You can leave comments underneath this YouTube video, of course, and I think there might also be opportunities to meet some of us live and in person. Dominic, do you know more about that?
You mean Developers Live? Okay, I already thought about the next session. Yes, of course, we will have Developers Live in November. So coming soon, I think it's directly in a month. So first time, it's a 24-hour thing. So starting in San Jose, going to Sydney, Bangalore, and Basel. So wherever you are in this world, you can meet us live. Please sign up. You can sign up online, of course. You can listen to it, or you can really visit us in one of these locations. Hope you go to aem.live and you will find the link. Hopefully, I will also put it into the chat.
And I've heard that one of the in-person locations was already sold out, and we have to move to a bigger venue. So so if you please hurry up and sign up. We'd like to see you in person. And Dominic, you already mentioned it, but you know that this is always the very last question. So
maybe we should ask for questions first.
Yeah. Well, I think you all have. I have seen people in the chat. So if you have questions, now is a good time to type them. Type them up. I will read them out, and then I will have Burkhard, Gilles, and Martin answer. But if there are no more questions, then I have one for Dominic. So let's give it a couple more minutes. And I think Ron is the only one that knows how many people are streaming live right now. So I don't have that visibility. So I'm just going to do the waiting music in my head.
There is one question, one important one.
So Ina is asking if I'm going to be in Basel for Dev Live, and I know that Ina is asking because Ina was at. I hope I'm not saying too much. At Adapt 2 in Berlin, and I wasn't there. I was on a different continent. So I have bad news to share. I'm going to be in person in San Jose. So again, wrong continent, but I think there's going to be an event where we will both be at the same time. So so sorry for that.
I will be in Basel, Ina, and I'm happy to meet.
And what I'm actually hearing is we should do a developers live in Berlin. I think that would. I see two people here in the room already raising their hand and saying, "Yeah, I would leave my house for that." So okay. If there are no more questions, and it doesn't look like that, then I have one last question for Dominic, which is, when are we going to be live again? When are we streaming again? And what are we going to be streaming about?
Yes, and I'm using this nice tool here, so you can see. So the next session is really on October 30, and we will have the shifting mindset with edge delivery services, and it will be with Tim Lavelle, and Lars will ask a lot of questions there. Let me see if I also have the link. No, I don't have it at the moment. There was a blog post from Tim Lavelle about shifting this mindset, so I will also put it in the chat later on, and we will have a great discussion on October 30, and it will be in the morning because Tim is in Sydney, so that's why it will be a morning session in Europe, but as usual it will be recorded, so all can access it later if you're already sleeping then. So
but you all know it's more fun to be live because you can ask questions right here, yeah, I hope to see all of you. I'm really looking forward to meeting Tim and the rest of the team. Thanks everyone for tuning in on this frequency, and hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Thanks
a lot. Thanks
everyone.
Martin, Gilles. Thank you.
Bye bye.